welcome back to the 𝐚𝐭 Homestead. I'm 𝐚𝐭, a first-time homesteader, and today I am going to be taking you through my food storage. To be a homesteader, I feel like food storage is an important part of it, and you don't have to own a ton of land to have a food storage or to even homestead. You can homestead from anywhere. Food storage is so important. It is your responsibility, and I want to take today as an opportunity to show you my layers of food storage, how I operate with them, so you can get some good ideas for you and your household. For me, when we talk about food storage, there are 3 layers. We got our short-term layer, which is in our kitchen. We got our middle layer, which is like a storage that refills our short-term layer. And then we have our long-term layer that goes on like 30 years. We're looking into the future and we are preparing. So we're gonna start out and I'm gonna show you my short-term layer and how it works in my kitchen. What I'm about to show you may look a little a little bit of a mess. Not everybody's perfect, but it's still my short-term layer and it works for me, so. This is an example of a short-term layer, all right? I got all my pastas in here. I even have like Tabasco and some assorted sauces in here. These should not be in here. I need to reorganize, but my pastas, short-term, I use these. Like right here, you can see I have used like this front layer right here. I have one of these boxes open and I am stocked up to the max on pastas. And ideally, I would like to have a list right here. I just haven't done that yet, so then I know what's going on. I love this cavatappi pasta. I use it with my mac and cheese. It would be nice to just have a list right here, know how many of the cavatappi I have, and be able to use this as like a grocery list and know like what's up there and everything. But yeah, this is my short-term first layer of my food storage. Another note, spices. These are also part of your short-term and middle layer. I like to buy bulk spices and I also keep spices in my middle layer to refill. I cannot tell you the last time that I've really had to go and buy any spices like salt, pepper, even vanilla. So things like that I like to keep in my short-term and middle layer. I know that y'all have seen my pantry before. I've done some pantry tour videos, but this is a huge part of my short-term food storage. And then up here, that's kind of my middle layer. I will refill what's down here with my middle layer. As you can see, I'm starting to get some gaps. So I need to reassess this, see what I can fill with my middle layer, and see if I have to go to the store and what's going on. These enchilada sauces have been in my pantry forever if you've seen my pantry tour videos, but I am happy to report I made enchiladas, used the red sauce, and it was good. And I didn't have to run to the store to get any sauce, so that was a win in my book. Summer has literally been so chaotic that my short-term food storage is starting to me, look a little sparse. Like these 2 need to go because they're pretty much nothing is in there and they're stale chips. These gaps that we got going on, like I like everything fully stocked. So this is definitely going to be a fall winter project. Literally summer came on and it was chaos like this. You know, how many of these do I have left? Is this the only little crate that I have? When my short-term food storage starts to dwindle like this, I will go and check out my middle layer. And for example, this little crate right there of cream of mushroom, I will go down to my middle layer and see if I have any, and I don't think that I do. I might though. This is also my middle layer, which I can restock this short term, and I always move the older cans forward. And side note, the date on the cans is actually a recommendation. I believe cans can go 3 years past or 5. I would have to double check that, but off the top of my head, they go past the sell by or the best by date. To the middle layer we go. Sometimes the basement really just creeps me out, but we got the root cellar down here, so. I have done a root cellar tour for you guys, but for an example, this is part of my middle layer, these ketchups and mustards. I will use these. I eat a lot of ketchup. I also use a lot of mustard in recipes. We got some more noodles down here. We got some lemon juice. And so you see when like actually last week, lemon juice. I came down here and grabbed one because I was making mayonnaise, didn't have fresh lemons, came down here, got some lemon juice. Now it's in my fridge and I will use that. So I'm actively rotating the foods from my middle layer into my short-term layer, which is upstairs in my kitchen, and actively using what I have. I even came down here last night, grabbed 2 of these to use. Now let's take a look into our long-term layer. So this is just part of it, you guys. But these are from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, number 10 cans. Here is what they look like. This is hard white wheat, so I can make bread from these. This lasts for a long, long time. You do not have to be a member of the church to shop there. They have great prices, and what I love is like food storage is so important to them, so they just make it accessible to everybody to have long-term items at good prices. And they even sell bags of wheat, they sell peanut butter, they sell a lot of stuff. Yes, I do have a mouse trap there. Good news, nothing's in there. Nothing has been caught. Ooh. But yes, this is part of my long-term storage, and this is just a glimpse of it, okay? I got some more that you guys have probably seen in other videos. I have storage upon storage, and you know, Gubba the homesteader utilizes that storage. So because this is long term, I will use this later on down the road. This would be for like crazy emergency situations. Say we could not get any wheat. I'm gonna have wheat, and I'm gonna have wheat for a long time. I also have a wheat grinder, which is gonna come in handy whenever I have to grind my own wheat. One of the most important aspects of your food storage is water. We cannot survive without water, so be thinking of that. Long-term, short-term, where will you get water? How are you going to store water? So before I moved here, I used these big containers that I believe I got on Amazon. I will post a link down below if I can find them. I love them, they're great. And I believe each one had like 2 weeks worth of water for me, or a week. I just checked and they are 7 gallons. 7 gallons of water that is stored in these. So you can use that for a lot, cooking, drinking. And I would keep that in mind. You want to at least have a minimum of 2 weeks worth of water for you. So you'd have to account for your family and your animals, kids, and all of that. So be thinking of that. And these are a great way. You can store them in closets, garages, other places. Also a long-term source for water. So maybe map out something near you, get a Berkey or Life Straw in case of those emergency situations. I also have these 5-gallon buckets that I've showed y'all before, but I got like my hard white wheat, more hard white wheat. So these are just wheat berries in here in Mylar bags. And these will last also like 30 years because they're in there with oxygen absorbers. So no moisture, no light, and no oxygen, and we are good to go. There could be job loss, or maybe like a friend or family member needs some help. Maybe they can't afford flour or something. By building your food storage, you are able to help others, and that is also so important to me. And I love my long term because you never know what the heck is going to happen long term. Literally nobody does. So I like just being prepared, and I feel pretty good with where I'm at right now. So we even have flour that's been ground. So I would be able to use this, and it lasts for, like I said, a long, long time. So in emergency situations, or you never know what kind of situation. I talk about this a lot. As you can see, we have 3 layers, and our short term and our middle layer are actively working together. The middle layer is replenishing our short term layer here in the kitchen, and then the long term layer is like for emergencies later on down the road and to help out any friends and family or neighbors or anyone who needs anything. I hope that you enjoyed this video and a look at my food storage and how it works together. It may seem daunting, but you can do it. It is your responsibility to get prepared and to just have that self-sufficiency and that stable ground for you to stand on and just feel comfortable, you know? I love the peace of mind that my food storage gives me. I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for hanging with me and taking the time to come and watch. Don't do anything you wouldn't do. Bye!